So I'm a big fan of Dom's question here.
What do you say?
If you newly joined the game and had 10K to invest, how how would you invest it? Assuming you want to play as well.
Hmm. If I had 10K to invest and I was just getting started, the other day I did a video where I was looking at how much it would cost. How much could I looked at how much you could make in diamond, and I decided you could probably make $8 a day. I think it was, and I said you need to be in diamond. You need 250,000 power. Call it 300,000 power because you need a little bit of wiggle room. And I priced that out even, and I did it in three different ways. I looked at if you wanted to buy my deck, you'd be spending about $24,000 on your power, which is, that's a lot of money because some of my cards are cards like this Kitty, which is
Yeah.
super expensive. But if you came in, I'm really confident. I didn't fully price it out, but I went and looked at summoners and how much they were collection power per dollar. I looked at how much tanks were. I looked at how much, the lowest collection power per dollar is, the best collection power per dollar. And I'm pretty confident you could do it for around like $3,000 to $5,000 to get 250 to 300,000 power, functional power, with like a decent deck. Probably it would be, two or three splinters that were really, really prepared for that diamond level, and maybe one that or two that was like not really where you needed them, but they can always be helpful, even if they're a little bit underpowered.
Yeah.
So that would be the step one. I'd get myself a diamond deck, spending probably 5 grand, and then I would take a breather and kind of I might I might even wait and see what is coming next with the cryptocurrency market, because this game, I tell you guys all the time, like I really think patience is the key here. Like you don't need to be a millionaire tomorrow with Splinterlands. If you're really thinking this through and you're aware of it, the opportunity that this game represents, then I think your approach needs to be, how can I slowly accumulate the assets that this game offers, and just kind of enjoy the game along the way. So I think if you were to take 5 grand and execute like a diamond level game, and then hold on to 5 grand and say to yourself, first of all, how much do I like, what am I getting out of this moving forward? How am I enjoying it? And maybe where are some holes in what I've got already? Because you're going to start to see that, and you're going to be being beat by, the same sort of things over and over again. That's going to get annoying, and you're going to want to slowly. You're going to constantly have other desires, like whether it's Rift Watchers or Chaos Legion packs, or there's always going to be something. And so having some dry powder is what I'm talking about, like holding on to a few of some of your resources so that you're ready for, another level of investment, maybe even in 4 years or in 2 years when we're deep into a bear market and you want to put that money to work.
Hmm.
What do you think about that?
My answer's a little different.
Let's hear it.
I was gonna say, so as of right now, and he's saying 10K to invest.
Hmm.
So hearing that, I would try and think of how I can get, more returns, more passive money as well. Um, so for you, you were saying like 5K
Yeah,
in
probably.
cards,
I think
essentially
that.
building a deck.
Yeah.
I was thinking around 2.5K on a deck,
Mhm.
aiming to play in like gold.
Yep.
Um, and then 5K of it is going on packs,
Hmm.
like getting 1,250 packs, farming the airdrop points as well with that is also going to be nice. Along with the other 2.5K, I would put onto SPS.
Mm.
SPS and packs, I think, are going to be the ones that um, go crazy, especially sooner than later. So more short term looking at it, I would go packs are most likely going to 10x before the other stuff.
I think so.
Um, And then SPS, especially right now for it being like 12 cents,
Hmm.
when we get around Rift Watchers where you can only buy those packs with SPS, people are going to be buying SPS,
Yep.
cutting the supply of it a whole lot.
Yeah. So that's
So so then if it hits $1, I mean that's close to 10x at 12 cents, you
yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Um,
I like what you're saying, but I feel like, and I feel like that's exactly how things are going to play out. Like I think everything you described
mhm,
is probably going to be how things end up playing out, and so yeah, it would be a huge home run. But I remember I remember buying cryptocurrency the last bull market,
mhm.
and I around this time, I was like, oh, I'm going to go all in on this altcoin and this altcoin and this altcoin, and just crypto is so friggin' fickle and slippery. It's like,
Yeah,
you think it's gonna, you expect it to do X, but there's a famous saying. It's like markets can be irrational longer than you can stay solvent, and that's so true. And you think it makes perfect sense what you just said, but then what if it doesn't play that way? And it's
yeah,
like that's why I said focus on building a deck, because that's a resource generating. That's like buying a house. Like what I said is like buy a resource generating asset. Like a deck at Diamond is going to be like I think a life-changing revenue stream. It might
mhm,
take 4 or even 8 years for that to really manifest into something that really changes your life, because I said it's probably going to generate $8 a day over the course of a year. And I think you might say to me, "Who well, $8? Who cares?" But I've always said it's not really $8. It's $8 paid to you in
now,
deflationary
yep,
assets that are going to appreciate with time because of their nature. And so when I used to play this game 3 years ago and I was getting penny cards, I said to myself, these are not worth a penny. These are worth way more than that. There's only like 1,000 people playing the game at that time.
mhm,
Um, I felt confident when one day we would have hundreds of thousands or millions, and I knew what that would do. And I even now, as we have like maybe 200,000-300,000 daily active players, true daily active players, not like just bot accounts, but even those bots are buying up some of the cards. But even now I say we could 10x or even more than that with the player base. And so I just feel super confident that buying those assets would be, but it's a long-term play. It's more, maybe it's more prudent, but it's also, or sorry, maybe it's I think it might be more, yeah, maybe more prudent to do what I was describing, but I think it's less, there's less potential too. I think if you did what you said, especially around SPS, I think, a
mhm,
dollar is conservative. I think, honestly, I think SPS could be at $2 like
mhm.
this cycle. If just things like we got listed on Binance, by the way, like holy moly, would that thing fly? Um,
Not
so
if, it's when we do.
yeah. And then as we go into like your point, when we go into Rift Watchers, that's going to be the only means of currency that will get you the Rift Watchers. And and by the way, when we get the what's it called, the validator set up, and we have access to that 15 million, or I think it's $5 million right now, we could so easily vote first day. As soon as validators are set up, first day, I want to propose a vote. We all vote on, should we pay Binance $500,000 out of this fund to list SPS, and we can approve that. That's us. That's our vote as SPS holders. So done. And I just feel like SPS could be at $2, let alone forget about $1. Um, so yours is like a home run opportunity. Mine's like, I'm gonna make it to first base and I'm gonna wait for my opportunity. Um, but that's kind of how I am a little bit. So that's why I
Mhm,
would go that way.
mhm. I just also see it as yes, I do really think you're correct with, going out the 3, 4, 5 year mark, but I also see it as like the opportunity that this stuff is that we have like for short term
Hmm.
can't pass it up,
Yeah. Yeah.
because then you can turn around and then compound that even harder for you to go even further in those 3, 4, 5 years as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Black Feather said, "Who's your guest? I'm still new around here." Black Feather, tonight. This is Jim. Jim comes out and hangs out like semi-regular, like most of the times now. And he's a good friend of mine, and he's a supporter of the channel, and he's got his own channel, and we're both going to be streaming on Twitch for Splinterlands in like a couple weeks, maybe. Did they say at the end of December? Did they say end of January, or is it not really set yet?
They were saying early February, so like around the first week of February, because stuff got pushed back.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, this is Jim, and he's a good buddy, and he's a supporter of the YouTube channel, and he's also got his own Twitch channel. So Jim, it's Jim Morgan. What's the Twitch channel?
Yeah, let me go grab that right quick.
Yeah,
it's Jim Morgan HNH.